The way co-workers cooperate together in a working environment has widely changed in the last few years, starting from the digital transformation and having a turning point during the COVID-19 pandemic and the following lockdown. As a result of that, our activities are no longer linked to a physical space, a specific device, timing and tools. Even roles has been reshaped. As in the office we have fewer workers, activities that has to be done in present are shared across colleagues. The topics we are talking about are not only related to smart workers, but can also be applied to the entire healthcare workforce. While working on shift, many of them have to carry on management duties, follow up projects, and gather information throughout professional. Cloud computing platforms, such as the one offered by Google or Microsoft, can be very useful in order to allow professionals to carry on digital team working asynchronously. Design thinking is a non-linear iterative process that is used by people in order to understand the stakeholders they are working on, to understand their problem they have to face, and to find the correct solution. His roots can be traced back in the 60s, and it was finally coded in the year 2000 by the Stanford University in California. Similarly to the problem-solving methodology, design thinking involves 5 stages: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. During the first phase, the empathize phase, we get in touch with our stakeholders and try to feel their needs. Usually some interviews are performed. After that, we define. So we analyze the information previously gathered and state the actual problem. After that, we ideate. So we think about some possible solution, we sketch them up, and then show them to the stakeholders. During the prototype phase, we finalize the solution that will be tested on the field. In the end, we have the test phase, where the prototype is tested in order to collect feedbacks, pros and cons, and define the end solution. This methodology applies very well when we have to tackle a problem that it's not well known and we are facing it for the first time. Brainstorming is a common technique used to generate new ideas. It is usually divided into 2 moments: the divergent phase and the convergent phase. During the divergent phase, each participant starts to share his ideas like if we were in a stream of consciousness. We are looking for quantity, and there isn't any wrong idea. We build them one on top of the others in order to create a broad set of possibilities. It's very useful to have some kind of writing support, such as a whiteboard, post-it, paper, or a tablet with a note function. After that, we have the convergent phase, where we cluster, analyze, and prioritize the different elements that we gathered previously. Our aim is to identify the most promising solutions. This technique can be used among all the different phases of the problem-solving methodology. I would like to share with you some tips on how to build effectively a brainstorming experience. Try to set up an heterogeneous group of people, as different people will have different point of view. If possible, try to live outside of the room, authorities, such as the vice president of the company, as it will limit the creativity of the people taking part in the brainstorming experience. On the other hand, if we are solving a high-level complex situation, it can be very useful to ask the participant in advance to bring a finite number of thought solutions and start working from there the convergent phase. Defining the stakeholders and understanding their needs is the core of the design thinking. Stakeholders are the people involved in the actual process we are studying, or the one that will be further influenced by our solution. Stakeholders also become our target audience when we will be performing a needs analysis. We have to perform that in order to fully understand the true issues, as we can call them the root causes, that brought to the problem. We can use design thinking many times during our problem-solving process. For example, while defining the problem, looking for the root causes, and during the solution proposal in order to assess the impact that the solution will have on the stakeholders. Of course, technology comes in very handy when we have to perform surveys and collect data in order to perform the design thinking process.
This is a brief example on how to perform a needs analysis related to the shift, for example in a hospital, using Google Forms. We'll start by giving a title and a description to our form. The first question is a short text answer. For the second answer, you can see a multiple choice answer, so only one can be picked. We can write the possible answers or select the one suggested by Google. The third answer is a checkbox answer, so multiple boxes can be checked. And we toggle this question as mandatory in the form. In the last question, we have a drop-down list where only one answer can be chosen. By clicking on the eyes icon on the top right corner, we can access a preview of the form. Here you can see how to fulfill it and how the answers are collected and showed in various types of diagrams. Another very useful function is the ability to export the data into a table. By assessing all the information we have gathered, we can complete our needs analysis.